Niners.
All right, last game of the divisional on Sunday night is basically every 90s, 80s kid's dream. The Cowboys and the 49ers play to go to the NFC Championship. This is going to be a great game. I mean, it'd be probably the most watched game of the weekend just because the Cowboys. The Cowboys get people to watch. That's why they put the game at 6. I mean, the game being at 6.
Didn't the Bengals-Ravens game break a stat?
6:30.
They broke a stat or something.
Yeah, because it was at night. I'm just saying this game probably.
Playoff game at 6:30.
That's the Super Bowl time.
Weird. Super Bowl time on the fucking thing, but the game doesn't start till like
because you
7:30.
You gotta get the Rock out there to do the eyebrow.
Fire! I'm not gonna lie, that was phenomenal.
It did get me hyped for the game.
They're gonna have Bruce. They're gonna what's his name? The dude who does UFC fights. He's probably gonna come out this year.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Either
Bruce,
way.
Baffert.
Yeah, Bruce Baffert.
No.
You go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
This one's probably the closest game, I don't know, all weekend. I am going to pick the Cowboys. That's probably why they want me to go first. The Cowboys did beat a really bad Buccaneers team in the 49ers. Mm-hmm. They beat a decent Seahawks team, I thought. It was just... What I'm scared of, this game might come down to the head coaches, which Shanahan clears McCarthy. I don't see any way like Mike McCarthy draws anything out. It'll be on Dak Prescott. It'll be Dak Prescott outplaying Brock Purdy, which it could happen, which that's what I'm betting on, which I'm picking. But I don't know. He played really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to ride the Dak high.
Wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Dak played really good.
And the Cowboys' defense is really good. They are really good. Yeah. And, I mean, for the 49ers have a really good offense. Yeah. So, but if the line is 49ers 3.5, I'm picking the Cowboys no matter what.
Cowboys money line to win?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm picking the Cowboys to win.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, I don't know. I picked against Shanahan last week. I'm doing it again, but...
Sometimes you just pick off vibes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I'm like the biggest Cowboys hater. Like I hate them. But I'm feeling like this whole Dak's career, he's like 1-3 in the playoffs. He doesn't do anything, and I think Monday night was a light switch. Like he finally had a decent game. Like not even he had a really good game, but he just needed a decent game to do anything. Which I'm still gonna ride that Dak high until he loses.
I don't think he has to like necessarily outplay Purdy because like that's their whole thing. That's the whole Niners thing in general. Like their quarterback doesn't have to play good at all.
Just gotta get it to the guys.
Yeah, so it's like he could just throw a touch pass to Debo on a
70 yards
on a shovel. Yeah. Like I mean, it just doesn't matter. Like a seam, as long as you can throw a good seam, it's gonna be fine. Because like I'm not really. What are they gonna do? Put Diggs on? Diggs isn't gonna follow Debo around.
He can't guard Debo or probably Ayuk.
Yeah. I mean, Diggs will probably just stay on Ayuk because Ayuk's the only one going to keep running.
I've always thought Ayuk is probably a wide receiver on anyway. He's really good.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's just I got the Niners just because I think the schemes Shanahan puts it together is going to absolutely shred the Cowboys.
That's what I hope it doesn't come down to is the coaches because that'll make for a really bad game. Because I'm not going to root for either of these teams. I don't really care about any of these teams, but it'll be kind of embarrassing for the Cowboys. Honestly, kind of funny, but. If it's a Shanahan versus McCarthy, which nobody wants to see that. It's just, that's a laughing stock. So
Shanahan versus McCarthy, I mean, you know who you pick. So I mean, if it comes down to that,
I don't think it will.
That's why. I mean, I'm gonna take the Niners to cover too because the 49ers are so good at every position. Like they're the worst position on the team is the quarterback, and he has been doing better than everyone even thought he would do. I feel like. If he's even average or just plays decent, I feel like they win the Super Bowl. So I don't see them stopping against the Cowboys just because. I mean,
I do think they have like it's just the way they run the ball. It's just insane how they basically give you like it looks like just regular like base offense, but somehow some way they'll have 8 people running in front of McCaffrey, and then there'll be like 10. Trent Williams is coming full speed, just wrecking everything.
I do agree
I didn't
with
even
the
think
Niners.
about McCaffrey, dude. Oh my god.
I do agree with the Niners. They have every position filled with like a Pro Bowler or like an All Pro.
Yep.
I think they have the most probably, but
I think got the defensive player of the year. They
Yeah.
got Fred Warner, and then it just I don't know. I think the biggest thing is like if
How do you beat them? I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I guess you gotta make Purdy make decisions that aren't already made for him.
Yeah, but that would require Dak to be like, which I'm not saying he can't, but my thing is if the Niners get ahead and Dak has to bring them out of like a deficit, I think that's when Dak gets the worst. If Dak's like out of rhythm, he's gonna throw you like 3
was
picks.
Trent Williams an All Pro?
Should be.
He's
He's the left tackle. He's the left tackle, and then who's on the right side? So like when I was watching that Monday night game with the Cowboys, Michael Parsons, he was going to the opposite side of.
You would just go with whichever side they
Whichever
didn't have the
side.
running back on.
Yeah, that's probably what they're going to be the exact same thing.
But at the same time though, like they got packages where Trent's a fucking fullback, and then they got Juszczyk also in the backfield, and then they'll just throw a toss to the right. Micah can't get through Juszczyk and Kittle. Like how do you defend that as a run scheme?
That's
Like, it's
that's
ridiculous.
exactly how the 49ers would lose with
Yeah.
Jimmy. Is you'd make him uncomfortable, and then
Right.
he would make like when Jimmy had people in his face, he made terrible decisions.
Yeah, but Jimmy,
And that's what would happen. But Purdy has shown that he's better than Jimmy when facing the pressure, which is not something. I mean, you know, when Jimmy went out, everyone thought the season was over, and then Purdy just like I don't even know how he's playing as good as he is.
How would you all describe the Tampa Bay's defense? How Dak diced them up? Would you say that's like over decent?
they're also hurt a little bit. I mean, I don't know. It was not even close to like.
I'm not saying it's close. I'm just saying.
I think they're really, really average defense because I think like a lot of those players were just like.
But like Dak took care of business. Like he took care of business.
He did what he's supposed to do. He didn't turn the ball over. He had 5 touchdowns. I mean,
how many sacks did he take? He took at least 4, didn't he? He got sacked 4 times by Tampa.
I mean, after the first two possessions, they didn't get a first down. He looked terrible. He got sacked. He made bad throws. But after that, it was like
what's the halftime score? 21?
18-0.
18?
18,
Yeah, minus 4. Minus 3 at that point.
I mean, when Tom Brady threw that red zone pick, the game just flipped.
Yeah, it was crazy. I just don't. I don't know. I think Bosa's gonna have an absolute field day, and like it's not like Dak's getting away from him like that. So like
I don't see that either. I think
it probably come down to how good the Cowboys can run the ball, which like I don't see them running the ball terribly, but like I don't know.
Would you also say the Cowboys defense was that good versus the Bucs offense, where the Bucs offense is really bad? I mean,
Cowboys defense played amazing.
They're still playing Tom Brady.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
Tom Brady had 66 passes.
If the Cowboys defense didn't play good,
he's not as good as he was.
If they didn't play good, then the Bucs still.
There was a touchdown. If Mike Evans catches that ball, that would have been a game too.
Yeah, I do think the Cowboys defense didn't play. I didn't say they played bad, but like at the same time, I think Tampa's offense was really historically bad for some reason. But even though like Tom was throwing he threw like 17 touchdowns in his last 10 games, but like I don't understand how they were so bad in the first place because Diggs was getting cooked the whole game. And
I agree. I mean I agree with saying that like the Bucs offense was probably a little bit worse than the Cowboys were actually that good.
Yeah.
Just because I mean the Bucs were playing like that all year. I didn't expect them to like just go out and it's playoff Tom. I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect them to go out and bust the Cowboys when the Cowboys were playing good all year.
Yeah.
Up until like a
I
couple
think it
games.
shows how good Micah Parsons is.
How
good? I mean, he was in the backfield all game. I get it. The Tampa Bay's O-line is not good.
And he's hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he's just that's why the total for this game is 45.5, and I would take the under because I just think Nick Bosa and Micah Parsons chasing these quarterbacks.
Nick Bosa will definitely have a better game though, way better game. Yeah, because the Cowboys are starting like the Tyler Smith, not Tyrone Smith.
That's right.
The rookie.
How do you game plan?
They were talking about that guy was a rookie, and I was like, that guy's been there 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think this. I'm leaning towards like a San Francisco 24-17, 20-13, something like that.
Nah,
That's what I'm thinking.
I said the under on the Bengals game. I think the scores are going to be similar.
Really?
Not because you think the games are going to be in the 30s. I think it's going to be in the 20s. I think this game's going to be in the 20s.
You think Jerry Jones is watching this? You should make a call to run Tony Pollard. Get Zeke out of there. Holy crap.
Run the ball. No, they have to run the ball as much as possible.
Zeke has one job to get 2 yards on a third and one. He can't do it.
That's what the Niners are going to do, too.
Or even on like a first and goal on a 4-yard line.
The under is the bet. It's
yeah,
got to be.
I think they're going to absolutely destroy them. I don't...
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think...
I could see it.
I think it's going to be... I think it's going to be closer on paper because, like, you know, it's just... It's a playoff football game, but you're going to watch this... You're going to watch this game and think, wow, the Niners have complete control of this whole game. That's how I think
You think the Niners are
like
going
it'll
to...
never in doubt. Like Dallas, it may be like a 10-point game, but you never actually thought Dallas was going to win.
There's Kittle on a fade for no reason.
Oh my god! I mean, Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, Christian McCaffrey. That's just the offense.
Yeah.
And they have the best left tackle in the league.
That's true.
They got 2 All-Pros, I think. They got
Imagine if like Trey Lance didn't get hurt and he's like what they think he could be. That's what I'm thinking. Like, what if
the Eagles got 2? I think they got 2 All-Pros.
Oh, is it the Eagles?
Yeah. They got Lane and Kelsey. Either way, I just think I don't know. It just seems like once again, I think it's a bad matchup. I think there's so many things you can expose from the Cowboys' perspective. Like if you get Micah out of position, he's gotten a lot better in run stop, but like he's not the best in terms of like filing down the line.
he does? I mean, he just like trying to run a screen. Is gonna be almost hard, which they run tons of screens.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be a problem if I'm being honest. I think
49ers just get whatever they want.
Yeah, especially like a Debo screen. Like imagine that Debo like screen like a swing pass to the left or whatever, and you just have Trent just filing out to the side, and then all you gotta do is block Diggs. Like what are you gonna do?
Diggs just run another direction.
Exactly. So like it's gonna be a problem. I don't know. And then you got to deal with like Fred Warner over the middle, and then you got to deal with Baby Palomalu over top. And it's just like, what are you doing? Hufanga was an All-Pro too. That's another thing. So,
I mean, if Dallas were to win this game, I mean, that would be the biggest win in 25 years.
Wait, yeah.